So funny, I give a brief introduction. We have students from US and we have a student from UK. Okay,
Mhm.
yeah. And pretty much, take it like like very basic level. Okay, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead, Funny. So
Sure.
meanwhile, I will keep talking to the people.
Sure. Great. Okay, then I think we can get started by sharing my screen, right? Let me start doing it. Right. Right. Hope the screen is visible now. All right. So, good morning, everyone. Right. Welcome to the Salesforce Administration, training and certification program. Right. So, to talk a little bit about me, a very brief information about me. Uh, I'm a Salesforce enthusiast and currently, working as an implementation specialist for Salesforce, core clouds like Sales and Service Cloud, and also Marketing Cloud, right? And I have an experience of 10 years into the Salesforce ecosystem, and I'm also a trailhead ranger. What I love the most, I love to teach Salesforce. I love to train, people in the Salesforce ecosystem. That's a very brief information about me, right? Moving forward, so we will go through these topics. This is our agenda for today, right? We will go through what is the course and what is the certification for this course and the guidelines. And then we will also go through what is a CRM, right? We need to understand what the CRM is and what Salesforce CRM in specific is, right? And also we'll go through what Salesforce as a company. And then we'll also see what are the career opportunities and how to create a Salesforce free learning account and how do we log in into Salesforce, etc. Right? Next. Okay, so we'll see through this course exam guidelines at a later stage, right? Maybe after a few minutes. Okay, I'm parking this for a moment here. Okay, so first let's go through the CRM. What is CRM? We need to understand what a CRM is, right? So basically, to give you a very basic scenario that we generally see now, make our purchases online, right? We have online uh, e-retail commercial solutions applications like Amazon, right? eBay, Alibaba, etc., right? So usually back in those days, back in, maybe if we go back to 15 or 20 years down the line, right? I mean, back in the history. So we didn't have these kind of e-retail solutions, e-retail applications where you can make your purchases, you can choose your interests, purchase your products online, and then you have everything in online, right? Starting from the pre-sales, the recommendations for you, and then you purchase a product on the website, sales, and post sales, like the service or the support that we receive post the sales, right? So we have never seen that in the past, right? That was all that was all through a proper you know uh, marketized channel, right? We do not have an online market there back in then those days. So then the evolution of Salesforce happened as a fourth industrial revolution, right? So that is happening right now, right? The CRM started as a technology, right? There was a necessity to have something like CRM as a technology, right? Or a software solution. It is not just software as a service, right? If we go through, if we briefly go through computing, we basically have different types of modules within the cloud computing also, right? One is, as you know, software as a service, and then PaaS, platform as a service, and then IaaS, infrastructure as a service, right? So these are the basic verticals within the cloud computing, right? And they are self-explanatory. When you say SaaS, software as a service, so the technology which provides software for us as a service comes under software as a service. And then, there are other technologies, there are other companies which can also offer us their platform to create our services, or to create our softwares on their platforms. They are platform as a service modules within the cloud computing. And also, there are other companies which offer us infrastructure, right, to build our servers, to build our database, to build our entire software solution, a technology or a product for our business needs. They come under infrastructure as a service. So now we need to understand what a CRM is, right? So CRM is basically a customer relationship management, right? It is a technology where we manage all our company's customers information, their contact information. Not just we maintain or manage that information, we also manage the relationship with our customers, right? How do we manage the relationships? Right, it all starts with the interaction, right? Interacting with our customers. So what kind of interaction can we do generally, right? It can be a product interaction, it can be a service interaction, it can be a recommendation. If we open Amazon on a website or a mobile app, what do we see? We started seeing recommendations based on your previous purchases, right? And also, not just that, it is not just limiting to that. You search for a specific product, maybe an Apple Watch, right? And when you are searching for that, you will also see some other recommendations from other brands also that you might be interested in. Or maybe a latest upgrade, you're looking for Apple Watch series 7 or 6, something like that, right? You will also see a recommendation where the platform is recommending you that there is an upgrade to whatever you are looking, whatever you are searching for. Similarly, there are also updates on the other products also, right? So this is what the CRM is, right? This is what the Amazon platform is recommending, right? This is how it is interacting with their customers. And also, as I said, it is not just limiting to that, it also goes ahead, it goes beyond that, and it also interact with you through service channel, like a chat support, or through a customer representative support, right? So even if you look at the customer representatives, the discussion, or the initiation of discussion, when we wanted to have a support for a specific product, the service, the discussions with the customer representative, that has evolved a lot, that has changed a lot, right? There are self sufficient, or self service portals where you can easily navigate through the problem that you are facing, the problem statement or the issue that you are having, and you click on that, and there will be a self service information. If you're not okay, if you're not satisfied with whatever information that is provided there, you will go ahead to chat with a live customer representative, right? And if you directly wanted to talk to someone over the phone, a human touch, you can even do that, right? So it has evolved a lot, which is, as part of interacting with our customers, engaging with our customers, keeping our customers engaged with the business, right? So this is a real time example where we are customers for many of the businesses that we see around, right? So this is what CRM is, right? It is a technology that maps and manages all its company's customers by managing the relationships well, right? Having appropriate interactions, right engagements with them, right? And also with the potential customers as well, not just with the customers, right? How a business grows, a business has to grow by always keeping a space for potential customers, right? We do have existing customers. When I talk from a business perspective, okay, I'm handling, I'm a CEO of Amazon, or maybe you can treat me like that, right? So I always have my baseline customers, where they are repetitive customers. They always use my platform to purchase, to make their purchases, or to order something every day. It can be starting from $1 to hundreds of dollars, $1,000, etc., right? So I always want to keep some space for my potential customers, right? So how do I do that? This space is something where I have to understand the interests of the other customers. I mean, the customers or the public or the people who are presently, looking at my application or other applications or using other applications, right? So this is where the real competition comes into picture, right? And then I have to sustain my existing base customers by consistently looking at them. How do I look at? By consistently engaging with them, right? Showing them the recommendations, or having a specific time related offers once in a year, or couple of times in a year. And also I have to do the digital marketing to get my potential customers, right? I have to convert those leads into my customers, right? So this is all being done by CRM, right? This is all possible. This is something that is easily, readily available, tailored made within the CRM, right? So as I said, this in the second statement that we see that the CRM gives everyone. It starts from sales, customer service, the business development, as I said, the potential customers. It also can do recruiting, and also as said, marketing. It can be any other line of business, right? So that much a CRM has evolved, right? Initially, back in those days, it was only 3 to 4 processes, like sales management, service management, case management, the ticket management system. Only a few. But it has evolved so much that it can, whatever you give, it can take care of that, right? It can be any line of business, starting from sales to recruiting, right? Business development, many more. So now it has evolved in such a way that it can give us a better way to manage our interactions and relationships with our customers, which drives efficiency to our business, which drives success, right? So going forward to the next slide. And even if you have a look at the picture that is there on the slide, so CRM is at the center of every interaction, right? It can be with an email. It starts from an email, and then you make follow-ups, and you do projects with the customers. You store documents of them, or sales calls, service calls, relationship management, everything, right? It's a one-stop shop. Rather, I would call it as a one-stop shop where you can perform all these actions, uh, you know, under a single umbrella, right? You don't need to worry about multiple tools, multiple technologies, and then there is always a burden on integration, right? If we are using different technologies for all these different operations, we always worry about the integration. Okay, I need to link all these, or I need to connect all of these technologies together. Otherwise, I do not know what my contact is doing, what my customer is doing, right? So CRM has given us that flexibility where uh, all these modules can be integrated. They are tailor made. We can use them readily available modules to perform our CRM related activities. Going to the next slide. Okay, so we have seen about CRM, right? And now we need to know what is a Salesforce CRM in specific. What does it do? How is that different from the other CRMs that are available in the market? Right? Yes, we also have other CRMs from other companies, not just a Salesforce CRM. And then we might get this question in our minds. Okay, then why only Salesforce? Right? Is that just because it is taking a lot of space in the Salesforce? I mean, in the CRM market, or is there anything special? Is there anything else in the Salesforce that is attracting businesses to uh, you know uh, utilize the platform, right? So that is an important thing. That is an important question that we need to get to understand better about Salesforce, right? If you look at the picture that we have on the slide, Salesforce CRM, it is at the center, and you see how many modules it has, how many activities we can perform as a business, right? It starts from lead management, right? So it starts from lead management, where you can convert your leads, you can convert your prospects to customers, right? Your potential customers can be converted to customers. at a very high success rate, and it also drives efficiency. And then project management, right? It is not just limited to, as I said, it is not just limited to a sales process or service process. It can be anything. Recruiting is a project, right? Sales pipeline is a project. So it can be anything, and you can manage that product, right? The entire product life cycle can be managed within the Salesforce CRM. And then, as we know, sales management, and the beautiful thing that Salesforce platform has is customization, right? You are not just limited to what the CRM provides to you, right? We can go ahead and customize it, right?
Differently than butterflies and moths. A caterpillar eats plants with its mouth. Butterflies and
Hello.
moths.
I'm
Okay.
muted. I muted, Funny. Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Somebody
Right.
unmuted, so I mute you. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Yeah. So I was saying that the Salesforce CRM has a beautiful, thing in its, in its entire architecture, where you can customize the platform for our needs, right? So this customization comes, and you will slowly understand when we are going forward, right? While building applications and while getting our hands dirty on the CRM side, right? That we can do at the later stage. So that is a beautiful, opportunity, or maybe that is the beauty of the platform, right? You are not just confined to what the Salesforce CRM has given us on the platform level, right? You can go ahead, you can go any step ahead to customize your application that meets your project requirement, right? It can be recruiting, it can even be, it can even be a specific service related. It also meets the healthcare industry. It can also meet the insurance industry, commercial industry, right? And also nowadays I see that Salesforce is even going far ahead, and it is launching automotive clouds, right now. We basically used to have only sales cloud, service cloud, marketing cloud, and then health cloud, right, which is Viva. And now nowadays I see that Salesforce has evolved so much that it has a lot of clouds, right? A lot of different clouds specific to different industries, right? So for example, if we see automotive industry, Salesforce has launched a specific cloud for automotive, right? And for health cloud, for marketing cloud, sales service clouds, to multiple different clouds for service and sales, right? Interactions with our customers, right? And also it has insurance, financial clouds. Even during COVID times, it has launched a public cloud, right, which governments use along with the health cloud to keep all the information of uh, the COVID affected patients, COVID related information, and that is integrated together with the government cloud, so that whatever information that this health cloud has, all the insurance related information can also be stored in the health cloud. So see, if you look at this, one CRM has evolved so much into multiple ways, multiple management systems. So that is the beauty of the Salesforce platform. You can customize so much that can meet your project requirement. And then inventory management, that is there, right? So where you can store all your information. It's not just storing about your information on inventory. You can manage it well, right? It has product life cycle. So it has catalog information. You can store product versus catalog information all together, right? It has that tailored made platform built for inventory management as well. And again, yet the beautiful thing is integration, right? It is flexible, where you can integrate this Salesforce CRM with any other third party system. For example, uh, we may have databases outside our existing systems where we used to store our data, right? For example, if we are using banking, if you look at the banking as an example, that if I have to talk a very basic about the banking data, so it has a lot of information stored within their databases, right? It is not just a year data, or couple of years or 10 years or decade. So it has actually stored, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years information within their banking system, the databases, right? So such information is very difficult to manage, right? It is very difficult to manage, technology. And back in 1980s, we used to have a CRM called CBIL CRM, right? And then CRMs as, and also we used to see mainframes as one of the technologies that banking systems used to have, right? And replaced with other technologies, and CRM, a part of mainframes has also been taken up by CRM, Salesforce CRM, right? So in such cases, it is difficult, very difficult for the banking systems to migrate their data from such old systems, the legacy systems, to the latest CRM systems like Salesforce, or it can be NSAP, or it can be Microsoft Dynamics 365, etc. So in such case, to make our lives easy, a platform or a CRM that you have chosen should be very flexible with the integration, right? It should offer that flexibility so that we can easily integrate our CRM with our existing systems, so that the data migration will be made easy. Or you can still keep the data in your old system, but you can leverage that information to continue your operations, right? The CRM operations. So this platform also has that beautiful architecture within it, right, where you can easily integrate. It is more flexible for integrations with the third-party systems, right? Going forward, the key benefits here: reporting features, right? The next slide talks about, okay, who else are in the market and what is the difference between Salesforce, and how do you recommend Salesforce as the best CRM, as the leading CRM versus the other existing CRMs that are already present in the market, right? So the key benefits I have spoken here, right? I was talking about reporting features and customer experience features, mobiles, sales management, time to value. These are the few key benefits when we opt Salesforce and other CRM modules. Excuse me. Right, so we have the other CRMs also, which are available in the market other than Salesforce. Like we have Microsoft Dynamic 365, we have SAP. I think SAP is something which is very well known, right? So you all know that we have a CRM called SAP, right? And also we have Oracle's CRM on demand. These are the major CRM technologies that are available other than Salesforce. And also we have some smaller CRMs like Joho, Sugar CRM, Highrise, HubSpot, etc. So as I said, Salesforce has become the #1 leading CRM in the world. The reason being the flexibility of integration, right? The flexibility to customize your platform, and it is evolving into multiple clouds, right? The benefit of having different clouds is it is basically justifying the necessity of an industry. It is basically justifying the need of an industry, right? As I said, we may want to build an application for automotive, right? I have many projects within automotive industry, and I wanted to build an application on the Salesforce core platform, right? If that is the case, then it involves a lot of customization, right? I need to so I need to invest money on hiring administrators, right, like us, and also developers, and also people who are more into integrations, right? The people who can integrate, or the project managers, and then product owners, and then delivery, and then whatnot, right? The entire software delivery solution life cycle should be hired for me, because Salesforce has a customization, and I want to specifically build an application for my automotive industry. So you can imagine how difficult it would be, right? It has to start from the scratch, right? So imagine how difficult it would be for someone who has to start their application from the scratch, right? I agree that, okay, we have option to customize, but how much customization can we do? That is the question. So now the benefit of having Salesforce is it has it has created a whole different cloud specific to my automotive industry. Similarly, it is creating different clouds for each and every industry, right? So I have health industry, health cloud is being built by Salesforce. I have automotive cloud is ready, right? The core clouds like Sales, Service Cloud are already present, right? Marketing Cloud is ready, where Marketing Cloud itself has, artificial intelligence modules like Einstein, where it reads through the customer behavior, right? How your customer has behaved with you the last 1 year, the last 10 product purchases, or over the period of time, the entire life cycle or entire tenure of your customer with you, the last 10 years, how the customer behavior is and how their interests are changing and how are they evolving, right? All this analysis is really a rocket science for human, right? It is really difficult, or it takes time, a lot of time to understand the customer behavior, because it is it keeps on changing, right, every day. This is a very fast paced environment that we are into, and it has been evolving a lot, and it has been changing a lot. So in such rapid development phase, it is really difficult for people to run report, to do the data analysis, and to understand customers behavior. So to make it more easy, Salesforce has even touch based on it, right? It has even created a platform which is an artificial intelligence platform, Einstein, to understand the customer behavior, to understand the product behavior, to map customer versus product, right? Everything has been done by default on the Salesforce platform itself, and it started recommending you, right? Your 1,000 customers, based on your 10 products that you launched and your existing 10 products, how the customers behaved with you in your last 1 year, last 10 months, or last two offer times that you have released, right? Maybe a Christmas offer or Thanksgiving Day offer, how the entire thing is working, right? And what recommendations does it do? It can recommend you that, okay, you promote this product more because this has went well, and you target these customers because these customers haven't shown a good interest in your products, right? They are going away, so you have to target more on these customers. You do the segmentation, right? Segmentation, right? So we may have 1,000 customers and we do not interact with them generally, right? We do not send any generic information. We do not just do a standard type of an interaction, right? Each and every customer needs to have a personalized interaction, right? If I see an email coming in my mailbox, if I see that mail is referring to me, if it says dear Fanny, I'll be happy to see that. I'll be happy to at least spend a couple of seconds reading that email, right? I'll just see what this email is about and what is it talking about, what is the context of it, right? What content it has, whether it is coming from a right sender or not, right? So it all starts when I see that if it is addressing me, dear Funny. If it says dear customer, I don't pay that much attention to open and read that email. It can be even a text message, or it can even be a WhatsApp message or Instagram message, whatever message, because we have multiple channels where the business can interact with us, right? So I do not pay attention to it. So I only try to pay attention when someone is addressing me, right? If it says dear Fanny, I'll be happy to I'll be happy to spend a couple of seconds on that content to see, okay, what is this and why is it addressing me, right? What it has for me while going through this email, right? So it has evolved so much that it can even recommend us the segmentations, right? You please do segmentation. You segment this audience by age group, right? The products that you have kept for offer, that you have put for offer, they do not, they are not right for this type of audience, right? This age group is different. They do not show interest in your product, right? You have to show a different product for this age group. Okay, you do the segmentation for age group and show that specific product. And similarly for gender, right? You show specific products for this specific gender. So this sort of segmentation recommendations are also being made by Salesforce CRM, and that is the that is where a pro CRM will take over, and it leads the world entire CRM management, right? So that is what I will say. This is my opinion, and that is why Salesforce is leading all these other CRMs, and that is why it is going ahead, right? It is well ahead in the competition. Okay, going to the next slide. So we'll go through what the Salesforce as a company is, right? So it all started from here. If you look at this, this was the first landing page of Salesforce, and this is back in 1999, right, where Mark Benioff and Parker Harris, CEO and CTO, right? They both of them had collaborated back in 1999, and they thought of having, why not we have a CRM which is more flexible for businesses, and also it gives more intuitive performance for, interactions for customers, right? Then Salesforce has started taking up a shape, right? So this was the very first landing page they had launched back in those days. And if you see, there is a lot of information, right? And you don't see any images, you don't see any pictures. This is not so intuitive, right? This is really difficult to key in your username and password here, right? So this is how it was, right? And then you had accounts, contacts, opportunities, right? And if you see, we'll be seeing that how to log into Salesforce in a few minutes, and you'll be surprised to see how this has evolved, how much it has evolved, right? And this was an app exchange, right? Similar to what we have for our mobiles, right? Where we install our apps, App Store or Play Store. Similar to those stores, we also have app exchange for Salesforce, where you can actually install an existing, or maybe an application that is readily available, right? You don't need to work on those applications. You don't need to create an application, because someone has already created it and kept it for us in the store. You can use that. You can even install that on your Salesforce platform, and you can leverage it, right? So now the exchange has been changed like this. So if you look at this, and now if you look at this, this is the app exchange that we see now, right? There is a lot of information. There are quite a few applications that have been developed by different companies, different people, right? By using the Salesforce infrastructure as a platform service, and they're creating all these applications for our utilization, right? Okay, and then as I said, I think we have already talked about it, right? The Salesforce is a CRM, and I just only kept Sales and Service Cloud because we are talking about Sales and Service Cloud in this module, in this program. And we also talked about the custom applications that can be built on the platform and App Exchange. Okay, and as we have, since it's a subscription-based model, right? Salesforce, since it is a software as a service, it is a subscription-based model, right? You will purchase licenses based on the subscription, right? You are subscribed. It can be a monthly subscription, it can be a yearly subscription, or multi-year subscription, right? And within that, when it is a subscription, it should have multiple editions, right? So here are the editions that we have. So it all starts from contact manager, group edition, developer, personal, professional, enterprise, unlimited, performance, and database.com editions. So if you ask me which edition are we using, so for our learning purpose, we will be using developer edition, right? That is something that Salesforce gives us as a free account, the trial account. And other than that, businesses use enterprise edition because it is the top performing edition, right? Where you will have access to all the modules, right? Integrations and customizations, very sophisticated customizations can be done at enterprise edition. This is the highest uh, maybe I can call it as a top performing edition for Salesforce customers. Okay, and maybe I can talk about this slide maybe later, because this is too much of information on how we can customize, how we can develop Salesforce platform for our application, and how we utilize the platform level programmatic and declarative modules that we have. Okay, so we'll see about career opportunities as well, right? If you see about the career opportunities within the Salesforce ecosystem, so this is what we have. These are the numbers that have been posted by Salesforce itself in the Gartner, the recent survey report, right? And if you see, by 2026, you will see 9.3 million jobs within Salesforce only, right? That is quite a huge number when I compare this with uh, back to 2020 pre-COVID era. Maybe I can call it like that, right? So compared to pre-COVID era, 9.3 million is quite a big number, right? So this is a huge rise in the Salesforce jobs after COVID. And just in 2021, these are the numbers that have been posted. These many jobs have been posted. See how the Salesforce is, leading the market, right? And then this is the base salary back in 2021. And in 21, the remote positions that are available for Salesforce jobs is 23%. And also learned that this number has already been, changed. A quite lot of remote positions are open for Salesforce. And as you know, we people from India can also work remotely for Salesforce jobs across the world. Similarly, you can also do the same, right? You can work sitting in US, you can work a project for UK, or you can even work for India, right? If there is a project like that. And also the admin career part, this is something that we need to remember. If you see, $86,000 PA is the base salary for US, right? And also in 2021, these many jobs are posted for admins just within US. And in the last 5 years, the job growth is 148% in the Salesforce admin career path, right? So imagine how fast it is growing and what requirement it has for people like us, right, who aspire to learn Salesforce, right? So if you're so much interested, you can start from administrator. You can start as an administrator. You can go as a developer. You can even become an architect for Salesforce, right? It has a lot of capability within the platform itself. Yeah. And then we'll see how to create a Salesforce free org, and then how to log into Salesforce. We'll see that. Yeah. Okay, so to learn Salesforce, or this is the trailhead for Salesforce, where you can learn through different modules, different other clouds that are available. As we have seen, there are quite a few clouds that Salesforce has already built. Right? Trailhead.salesforce.com is something where you can actually learn, right? And this is a resource or a knowledge repository where all the learnings, all the information, all the trails that are required for us to learn Salesforce is available here, right? I'll be posting that here in the chat for your future reference. You can go through this later, right? Let me open this for you. Please bear with me. Today it is a little slow on my end. Salesforce is not so good today. Okay, so this is how it would look like, right? So I have already logged in, and I can also show you how to create your account for the trailhead. Let me try to log out from here first. Okay. Okay, so I logged out, and now I will sign up for Salesforce trailhead. So this is how you see when you click on sign up. So it will ask you if you have an email that you want to use for the sign up, or Google, LinkedIn, Apple, cloud mail, or Facebook, right? So you have to click on any of these. Maybe I'll click on Google, right? And I have a few of my Google accounts, and I'll click on the first one. I'll select that. Okay, so we didn't find you associated with the credentials sign up for your new account of Google. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, let me try to. Okay, so I think I click on sign up. Sign up, it can be any email address. So you key in your email address there, and then you will receive a notification that will be sent to your email, where you will have your code. Click on continue. Ta-da! So you can give your first name, last name, all such information, right? And then you can also have your profile ID, where you can share this information with anyone. If you're going for an interview, you can just share this information with them, this profile URL with them, so that they can view you on website, right, over internet. So public profile, I'm not adding any profile pic now. I'll click next, and on the next page it will ask you about your company details, right? You can choose. We have multiple roles to choose from, right? If you see, these are the roles that are present for Salesforce, right? It starts from developer, administrator, and even a student, executive, product manager. It can be anything, right? So I'm an administrator, a relationship, customer, partner, non-customer, Salesforce employee. So I'll choose customer, right? And then US state, choose based on the country. It will. So I'll choose India, and based on my country, the state information will be populated, right? I have chosen Telangana because this is the state where I live. I click done. Okay, great. I think we have successfully created an account in Salesforce Trailhead, right? And you see trailblazer.me. Whenever you go to Trailhead and whenever you log into Trailhead, you will see trailblazer.me. Okay, so you will see your home page like this. The landing page will be looking like this, right? I have no certifications for now, no super badges, right? And I have to earn all of these. I have to, do my certifications and complete my trailhead modules, and then I can see some numbers, some information appearing here. Okay, and you have something called go to trailhead button here, and when you click on the button, it will take us to the trailhead. As I said, it's a website of Salesforce. It's a huge repository of learning documents, learning articles, right? We call articles or documents, right? All of these are helpful for us while we learn Salesforce, or even while we work on Salesforce applications, right? So we don't need to worry about who can come and help us if you're stuck somewhere, right? There is a quite a large repository that is available for Salesforce, and there are multiple forums within Salesforce, right? Where you can post your question, and you can reach out to some experts within the Salesforce industry, or somebody who had already resolved your issue, resolved your problem, and they had a solution and they pasted it somewhere on the web, right? We had that option within the Salesforce, and also another websites like Salesforce stackexchange.com, or Salesforce known issues website. There are quite a lot of Salesforce implementation documentation, and also learning documentations, right? So it is a huge forum where you can quite easily get solutions, answers from. All right then, so this is my trailhead page, and I want to learn about Salesforce admin. I'll search for Salesforce administrator here. Okay, so if you see, there are quite a few recommendations, right? Salesforce administrator. There are many people who already created a mix of trailhead modules. We call it trail mix, right? And this is something that Salesforce has created for us, right? If you click on prepare for your Salesforce administrator credential, it will take us there. And it will show us all the modules. We call them trailhead modules, right? All these modules again has subtopics within them, like this fundamentals of Salesforce. If you go there, you'll see there are subtopics, right? And I was talking about the badges, and I was talking about the points, right? How do you earn those points? If you see here, 900 points, and when I complete this module, I will earn 900 points to my account. Those points will be, they keep on growing, and your status on the Salesforce trailhead will be changed, right? Right now I'm a scout, since it's my new account, but I can become a ranger, double star ranger, 3-star ranger, 4 times ranger, like that, right? So it has some 100,000 points that you need to earn to become a ranger, something like that, right? Double star ranger, 200,000 points, etc. So I'll click on the platform, the general information about Salesforce platform, the very basic, the beginning of Salesforce. So you'll see this, right? You'll see the information like this, right? I mean, I know it is really difficult for us to go through each and every module here and read through all this information, because this is quite a lot of information here, right? It is difficult, I know that, but yeah, it is good to have, right? You will know everything about Salesforce, and this can be used for you to implement, or while implementing, or while working on the real-time applications. You will definitely have to come here to see if this helps you, because this has screenshots, and this is a repository, right? This is not a temporary one. You can always have this information within the Salesforce trailhead. Okay, and now let's go back to the exam guideline, right? Sorry. Okay, so we can go back to the exam guideline. Where do you have the PPT? Okay, so now we'll be going through the exam guidelines. So this exam is nothing but the Salesforce administrator certification, right? And it has 60 multiple choice questions, and at the last you will also see 5 non-scored questions. It asks for the feedback, right? If you are okay, how did you feel about the exam, how the questions were framed, right? So all that was unscored 5 questions where you can provide feedback at the last. They are not calculated with the 60 questions, and the time allotted is 105 minutes, 105 minutes, and I think it is around 1.7 minute for each question, each and every question. and the passing score is 65%, right? Which means you have to have your 39 questions answered correctly out of 60. And the registration fees is 200 USD, and then applicable taxes on top of 200. Okay, right? And you don't need to worry about the re-exam, right? I'm sure all of us will get this done at the first attempt itself, but even if that is not the case, we don't need to worry about it, right? It's all about the exam, right? But I strongly recommend you to prepare well, right? Practice, uh, create applications within the Salesforce learning account that we will sign up later, right? I think we can see that in the next sessions, because in the interest of time, I'm not showing that to you today. But yeah, so we can create multiple applications as part of this entire program. I'll be with you, helping you to create projects, applications, get your hands dirty, understand more about the CRM platform from the implementation, right? How this technology, I'll teach you how to play with the technology, right? What are the roles of an administrator, what has to be done, what an admin generally does, right, on a daily basis. All this will be shared with you, right? I will teach all of that going forward, right? And also how to write the exam. We have an on-site proctored and online proctored, right? You can take the exam from your at a comfort of your home, directly from your laptop, or if you want to go to an on-site, you can also go to an on-site. There are specific on-sites that are available for Salesforce, where you can go and take your exam. It is nothing but an exam center specifically given for Salesforce certifications. And if you see, there is nothing, prerequisite is not required, right? So we all can start afresh, right? We all can start from the scratch. We don't need to worry about any prerequisites to learn this course or to become an administrator. And that is quite quite an important thing. That is quite an interesting thing as well. And then I'll also, as I said, these are the trial mixes, the trial mix that I have shown, and these are the badges. We'll see all of this, right? Once we get in, we'll see how to complete those badges and how interesting they are, right? And I basically show off my points, right? I say that I'm a ranger. That keeps me very happy, right? So, and then exam outline, what are the topics, and these are the topics that we will be covering going forward, right? And we have the topic starting from configuration and setup, object manager, lightning app builders, sales marketing applications, service and support applications, productivity, collaboration, data management, data model, process automations. So these are the topics that will be covered in the exam, and this is the percentage of each topic. The questions that we'll get from each and every topic is this percentage of the entire questions, 100%. And then how many questions potentially we can get from each and every topic, right? These are the number of questions that may get, and based on this, even if we intend, or if we have an intention to prepare for the certification in our mind, right, this also helps us a lot, right? We need to see which topic is really important, right? And Salesforce also designs these questions or design this percentage, uh, not just for the sake of creating a design for the exam, right? It realizes that the 20% that you see, the highest percentages that you see, play an important role while you are actually working on the Salesforce CRM, right, as an administrator, right? These are really important. Configuration and setup is important. Object manager and lightning app builder, they're really important, as you have to work on these topics on everyday basis. Process automation is important. Okay, so I think I'll be stopping here. If you have any questions, please feel free to shoot, and I'm happy to answer. Hello.
Hey, Funny, thank you. Hey friends, feel free to ask him any question,
You can ask me, any questions, right? You don't need to worry about, whether this question can be asked or is that a legit question, right? There is nothing like that. No question is small. You can always, ask many questions, and I'm really happy to take it up.
Hey, Pani, the introduction is great. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Welcome. So I worked on a CRM product. That was my first job in 2006. It just brought me so many memories, and I've been so much out of touch. So
Great.
yeah. So my first CEO is a US written, and he started a product in India. I mean, and we were part of core team, and we used to refer to Sugar CRM at that time. And yeah. So
okay.
I know about how to create leads, opportunities, I'm still recollecting, I created these modules, and it was it's a brilliant, product. And also, yeah, it's nice that, it has evolved so much that now it has cloud and has various verticals. Really nice. Interesting.
Great. Thanks for sharing your, experience, and that is really great to hear from you. And yeah, even in the interest of time, I was not, touch basing on many other modules that Salesforce has. And as you rightly said, it has evolved a lot. That even it is difficult. Honestly speaking, this is really getting difficult for people who are pro in Salesforce to keep up to date, because it has 3 releases every year, like our product update, or phone updates, right? It has 3 release every year, and in every release it comes up with many new features, right? So that is really getting difficult to keep up with the pace of Salesforce, so honestly speaking. So that much it has evolved, and yeah, I'm really happy to hear from you. And yes, we are very lucky to be part of the Salesforce CRM, the implementation.
Right.
Yeah.
Now CRM, like how photocopy how Xerox has become, a word for photocopy.
Exactly. Yeah.
Become a name for CRM. That's how much it has become, successful. Really great.
Exactly. Very aptly said. Yeah. Now, so photocopy has been, renamed to Xerox, right? I mean, that is the reference. Though it's a
Yes.
company, we started calling it Xerox. So that much has Salesforce evolved. When we call it CRM, we call it Salesforce. Great. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yep. Anybody has any other questions or, interesting experiences to share with us, all of us in the group?
Hi, I have a question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
If you go as a fresher to remote job, my question is that be easy or hard like that to do job?
So as a fresher, if we go to a remote location, right? I mean, it's a remote job opportunity.
Yeah.
Right? So it's an easy, I can call it as an easy job for you, right? Provided we have with you, right? So this is the entire program, right? I mean, so this is not just limiting to what we see here, right? I come and teach you, you learn and go back. It's not just that, right? Even in the offline, or you can even reach out to Ravi or myself if you have anything, until you get settled, right? Until you feel comfortable working on the application in the job, right? So it can be an easy job for you because we are here, right? We are here to back you up. And also from the platform perspective, right, from the CRM platform perspective, or from the opportunity perspective, I would rather call it very easy, because we have many things to learn, many ways of learning, right? I should call it as many ways of learning, right? We can have a trailhead. You can look at video. You can look at our recordings, the trainings that we will be taking going forward. And also, if you have a specific question, because when you start working on an application or when you start working in a job, not everything will be very generic, right? You may have a question that is very specific to your application, to your project. So in such cases, how do you handle that, right? So you think of this way: the application can be different, but the problem will be similar, right? Pretty similar to someone who had already worked on it, who had already burned their hands, get their hands dirty, and then had a solution, right? The Salesforce is very beautiful because it is an open forum, right? If you go through salesforce.stackexchange.com, and if you post your question just in the Google, in the browser, you will see quite a lot of websites that talk about a similar problem and a solution, right? And other than all of this, we have Salesforce support, where you can reach out to them anytime, and you can explain them, this is what I see, this is what I have, a real problem. It can be a platform related problem, or it can be a logic related problem. They're always there to help us out, right? That is the last option that we have, but we have these many options just before it, and we can leverage any of these options. So with full confidence, I would say it is easy, right? As a fresher, yep, with double the happiness, double the excitement, you can go ahead and join that opportunity, take that opportunity.
Okay, in case if you are a fresher, can we get
Mhm.
the projects to work, and how can we get that?
So it's a good question. As a fresher, how can we get the jobs? Do we get a job? Is the first sub question within it. Yes, we can get as a fresher, right? But I think how we can get is we have multiple channels to get an opportunity, right? It can be a reference. Maybe if I see there is an opportunity, I can refer you. Or if someone from our group, one of our friends, see there is an opportunity, they can refer you. That is one channel of referring. Or within our circle, if we have LinkedIn, and if we keep that I'm open to hire, I mean open to work for Salesforce as an administrator, you can get those leads from LinkedIn, right? Naukri, I mean in India, I'm talking about in India, I'm sorry, I don't know what is the platform that we have right now across the globe in US or UK, right? Canada. So Naukri, if I keep my profile saying that okay, I have this technology, or I have this skill set with me, I'm a fresher, I'm looking for an opportunity in Naukri, we always get calls, right? If somebody sees Salesforce, we always get calls. It can be an admin, it can be a developer, it can be implementation specialist, etc.
So funny,
Okay, thank you.
just I would like to add a point actually. That's why we recommend go for the certifications. The Salesforce admin certification. That's what funny. In his lecture, he said that, right? He is going to help us on it.
Yeah, that is right. Thanks for adding in, Ravi.
Thank you, funny. Thanks for offering help. Yeah. We will get you guys there actually. This time we will take it serious. The difference between Intellipath and a friendly teacher like funny, it's he's not going to disappear after this class. After this course, right? 30 days or something, right? So
Yeah.
later on, even when you guys facing interviews, or even when you guys get on the job, if you have any questions, still we can get his help. We can reach out to him. He's available.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Telepath, right? That is like just 30 days commitment. After that, after the class, even I don't have the contact of previous teacher.
Yeah.
This time we are looking for really long term, until you guys really achieve your career goals. Okay.
Yep. Great.
Any questions?
Hey, Funny. Thank you for the lecture, and it was clear and good. Though I joined late, I was able to catch up. But my question is, coming from a non-IT background, I heard that Salesforce admin is a good platform to get through, but to survive, I've heard that developers usually take over the admin part. So, as a career, I mean, how far is it true to, sustain as an admin and, to build up your career? I mean, what are the areas that we can reach?
Well, that's a great question because, as you rightly said, developers are someone who are actually taking over the admins, right? So this is something that we have seen in the pre-COVID era. Back in 2015 to 2019, we have seen that, okay, a developer can be an admin, right? But an admin, on papers, an admin is not a developer, right? So what Salesforce does, even Salesforce strongly says that, okay, Salesforce is not for developers. I mean, their primary goal is to make sure that the Salesforce should be a drag and drop option, right? They're not clearly looking for developers who can customize their application so much, right? They're only looking for going forward in the future state. I'm talking that, okay, administrators are someone who can build applications with ease, right? They know well about how to, click on a specific setting, drag that option on the pane on the screen, and then set an application or build an application, right? The reason being, developers, right? So as you rightly said, and also all of us know that anybody can become a developer, right? So the quality of code, the quality of development, or the efficiency of the development has been changed a lot, right? And that has been become a burden for Salesforce. Though it's an open platform where you can customize, build the application, develop the application, right? It is getting really difficult for the Salesforce to cope up with such kind of a development code, right? For a simple logic, one can write some 2 to 3 lines of code, and I may write 15-20 lines of code, right? And imagine how many projects, how many businesses are using Salesforce, and how many applications and thousands of lakhs of lines of code has been written on Salesforce platform. So I also worked for Salesforce. I worked in Salesforce as a consultant, and I know how difficult it is for Salesforce people to cope up with this development code and all, right? So that is the reason why. So this was our, motivating line in our daily huddle calls, where, okay, so we always anticipate Salesforce to become a non-code application or non-code CRM technology where admin can take over developers, because development has been evolved so much and it has no end, right? Anybody and everybody can come and write their code. It can be single line of code or 1,000 lines of code for a simple logic. And you see, and that is the reason why Salesforce does not want to leave the development application as is. So if you have a scenario, if you have a use case for healthcare, okay, I'll build that healthcare cloud for you, I'll give it to you. If you have a use case for automobile industry, okay, you don't worry about it, I'll create an automotive cloud for you, I'll give it to you, you please purchase that license, and you again do the drag and drop, you build applications, right? So, but yeah, as you rightly said, that is really a good thing that you brought up, right? We have seen that. Even I was an admin, and then back in 2015, I had seen that my developers were taking over us, and we had that fear of, okay, what happens next, right? My developer is taking over me, and what is my career growth? How can I grow, right? I'm not interested in coding for some reason. Not everybody is interested in coding, right? It's not a push. It shouldn't be a push on me. I was not interested in writing a code, become a developer. Okay, then what is my career option? Similarly, Salesforce is a wonderful platform because of, I call it a wonderful platform, wonderful opportunity platform, creating platform, because it is creating different clouds, and every cloud need an admin to handle the entire configuration. And then this is my career, saga. So when I was an admin back in 2015, 2010 to 2015, I had worked a lot from the configuration or administration perspective, but then I realized that developers were taking over our team, right? And then we were looking for an opportunity. Okay, what else can I do? How do I grow from here? Because I know that something is not working for me. So then I had an opportunity with other clouds, like a marketing cloud, or for example health cloud, right? Then I started looking at those opportunities. I learned marketing cloud, because once we are into Salesforce CRM and once we are into understanding the entire environment, it is really easy for us to learn other clouds also, right? Not just me. I have seen quite a lot of people who grow, right, who grow like that. Marketing cloud. Then I slowly, learning marketing cloud, had an opportunity to get a project on marketing cloud, and then also work in parallel to marketing cloud. Then I got my hands dirty, do a certification, admin certification in the marketing cloud also. And now I'm managing 3 to 4 clouds all together as an administrator, right? And now I changed my mindset. Within the marketing cloud also has development, and now I wanted to, I'm at so much interested to code within the marketing cloud, because that is part of my job. And I have chosen that option, right? I wanted to code.
I can't hear your voice.
Yeah, let's see if Funny, are you there?
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, Funny. Yeah, we are here. Yeah, we lost you for a bit.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I think there was an internet issue on my end. Yeah. Okay, so I was saying that there is quite a lot of opportunity, and yeah, we don't need to become a developer, or we don't necessarily need to force ourselves to learn code, right? So even I hear this from my fellow developers who are still working as a developer, or a senior developer, or a solution delivery consultant. So I'm quite happy that there are many ways, right? There are many clouds, to be honest. So I'm really happy. My career has been has been a learning curve for me, without writing any single piece of code.
Okay.
Hope that answers your question.
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
Great.
Completely there is no code.
No code. Completely, there is no code for you as an administrator, right? But honestly speaking, there is a little here and there where you write for example, a validation rule, right? To give you a real-time scenario, you're filling a form, and in the first name or in the email address you have given a wrong abc xyz, or 1 2 3 4 5 6 @8 9 10.com, right? If you keep that information in the email, that page will throw an error, right? Invalid email address, please enter the appropriate, or please enter the right email address, and then submit the form again. So we call it as a validation, right? We need to validate that. As an administrator, we usually work on such validations as well. So you will only use the code when you are working on such validations, right? And even that is not something that you have to write from the scratch, right? The Salesforce itself, the administration, the configuration process itself has the drag and drop. It lets you select a specific field and then operator, right? We call it operator as and or our functions, and we use that and we give a value, right? Email address should not be like this, right? Email address should have a proper a proper domain name after @, right? You keep such validations in the back end, and a customer like me, when I submit a form and when I type 123 456.com, it will throw me an error. So only in such cases you will see a little, I don't even call it as a code, right? Because Salesforce recommends all the necessary fields, values, operators, functions for us to write this validation, right? Only that sort of a code is what I have seen as an administrator. Other than that, yeah, no code.
Okay, thank you, brother.
Happy?
Yeah.
It's not like a heavy coding like a Python or Java, just like adding like a few conditions here and there. Yeah, that's anyway we would do it.
Yeah.
Whether it is a QA test cases or wherever it is, right? We added like we tweak a little bit. Yeah, that's anyway there.
True.
Any further questions? So kind of funny for joining for us on Saturday morning. Yeah, please, friends, if you have any questions, feel free, please. Yeah. John, do you have any questions? Or Sister Agatha?
No, Anna. I'm good.
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Then, yeah, let me reach out to Funny and get back to you guys. Okay.
All
Okay.
right then.
Yeah.
Great.
Funny. Thank you so much, Funny.
Thank you so much. And it is, great talking to you, all of you. Right. Nice meeting you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ravi. Thanks all. Bye.
Thank you, Fani.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you.